Trinidad and Tobago and the international community mourn the loss of MP Lisa Morris-Julian. Two finalists emerge winners of the Tobago StarQuest. The MSJ says no to military agreements. And in sports, 11 Tobago players selected to represent Trinidad and Tobago in First Citizens Jewels of the Caribbean tournament. Good evening, I am Lavion Cupid. Welcome to the Tobago Updates television news for Monday, 16 December 2024. To our top story. Trinidad and Tobago was plunged into mourning following the tragic news of the death of Lisa Morris-Julian, MP for Dabadi O'Meara and Minister in the Ministry of Education, along with two members of her family in a house fire. Tributes have been pouring in throughout the day. Here is how she is being remembered by some of the nation's leaders.
Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley was among the first to respond to the heartbreaking news that MP Lisa Morris-Julian and her two children perished in a fire that engulfed their Farfan Street home in Arima. Dr. Rowley expressed devastation in a Facebook post, calling the incident one of the saddest days of his life. He remembered Morris-Julian as humble and caring, noting that just 24 hours earlier, she had been spreading cheer at a Christmas party. He extended heartfelt condolences to her family and friends. President Her Excellency Christine Kangaloo also conveyed her sympathies, describing the tragedy as a loss to the national community. Opposition leader Kamala Persad-Bissessar shared her condolences, mourning alongside the nation. She expressed hope that those touched by Morris-Julian's life would find comfort during this difficult time. Tobago West MP Shamfa Lewis, who worked with Morris-Julian in government, admitted struggling to articulate her grief. She praised her late colleague as an exemplary representative who always offered thoughtful advice. The Office of the Chief Secretary issued a statement recognizing the void left by Morris-Julian's passing and her lasting impact on Trinidad and Tobago through her service and dedication. Education Secretary Zorisha Hackett reflected on Morris-Julian's humanity, love for her family, and belief in education. Despite their opposing political views, Hackett honored her as a mother, teacher, and compassionate leader. Presiding Officer Abby Taylor joined in the mourning, remembering Morris-Julian as a tireless advocate for national development, particularly in education. Minority Leader Kelvin Morris expressed devastation over the tragedy, offering condolences to Morris-Julian's loved ones and colleagues. The nation continues to mourn the loss of MP Lisa Morris-Julian, whose dedication and compassion will be deeply missed. Candace Jackson, Tobago Updates, Television News.
An early morning fire has claimed the life of Lisa Morris-Julian, MP for Dabadi O'Meara, and Minister in the Ministry of Education. According to preliminary reports, the Arima Fire Station received a call at 5:37 a.m. about a house fire on Farfan Street in Arima. A fire truck was dispatched, but it was too late to save Morris and two of her children. Her husband and two other children managed to escape, but were taken to the hospital with serious injuries. The cause of the fire and other details remain unknown at this time. News of her passing spread quickly, prompting Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley and other government members to visit the scene and mourn the loss of their colleague. MP Camille Robinson-Regis appeared inconsolable at the sight of the tragedy. Morris-Julian, who also served as a minister in the Ministry of Education, was the former mayor of Arima before entering central government in 2020. She had previously worked as an English teacher at Barataria South Secondary School and was the first lady vice chair of the People's National Movement's National Women's League. She was also slated to recontest the Dabadi O'Meara seat in the upcoming general elections. Tributes continue to pour in from the international community for Dabadi O'Meara MP and Minister in the Ministry of Education, Lisa Morris-Julian, who tragically died in a fire with two of her children at their Arima home. Barbados Prime Minister Mia Mottley expressed her sorrow in a post on X, offering prayers and condolences on behalf of her nation. UN Resident Coordinator Joanna Kazana, in a statement on the UN Trinidad and Tobago Instagram page, highlighted Maurice Julian's contributions to education and child development and recognized her role in strengthening collaboration between the UN and the government of Trinidad and Tobago. Both leaders acknowledged her legacy of service and extended heartfelt sympathies to her family, friends, and the people of Trinidad and Tobago. We'll take a break and come back with more. Stay tuned.
Tobago Glass Supplies has been a leading name for over 37 years in the glass and aluminum market in Tobago. We provide an extensive range of high-quality, innovative aluminum and glass products for commercial and residential use. Competitive prices with superior and professional services by committed employees who are guided by rigid quality standards. Tobago Glass Supplies specializes in the manufacture and installation of glass and aluminum products that are essential to today's homeowners and the business environment. We are engaged in marketing, sales, and installation of a variety of products. These ranges from windows and doors to necessities such as mirrors for homes and vehicles, designed and manufactured in-house or imported.
It's the season of unforgettable, magical moments together. A song that reminds us of how our love blossomed. The warm, comforting smell of Christmas Day that brings us together. That feeling of comfort when our loved ones see the magic happening before their eyes. This Christmas, believe in magic, only at Standard.
Unwrap the magic of Christmas and have the best Christmas ever with a Christmas Wishes loan from Bethel Credit Union.
Up to $20,000 can be yours, so you can take care of all those Christmas expenses. You could even pay off all your debts and your credit card.
Come on down to where we make wishes come through, because we see you
at BCU.
Visit any of our offices today at 31 Bethlehem Road, Bethel, Tobago, or Mount Mary, Lower Scarborough, Tobago.
You can contact us at 639-8226-660-7358 or 631-1336.
Normal lending criteria apply. Think, plan, save with Bethel Credit Union. Because we see you at BCU. We see you at BCU. Come on down, get a loan or two, cause we see you this Christmas at BCU.
Please be advised that the date and venue for the Tobago Day Thanksgiving service have been changed to Thursday, December 19th at the Shore Park Complex. Start time 9 a.m. Come give thanks with us as we continue our Tobago Day celebration.
Welcome back. The Movement for Social Justice has voiced its opposition to any military agreements with the United States, despite such agreements being in place for some time. Political leader David Abdullah held a Zoom press conference days after news surfaced about the recently signed Status of Forces agreement between Trinidad and Tobago and the U.S. Abdullah argued that the agreement infringes on the sovereign rights of Trinidad and Tobago. More details in this report from Candice Jackson.
Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley dismissed claims that signing the Status of Forces agreement so far with the United States would allow Trinidad and Tobago to be used as a base for military operations in the event of regional conflict. He assured the nation that under his leadership, Trinidad and Tobago would remain a zone of peace. However, MSJ political leader David Abdullah remains unconvinced. He raised concerns about the potential implications if a different government comes to power. Beyond that, he emphasized what he sees as a larger underlying issue.
The signing of these agreements, in our view, was a total betrayal of our national sovereignty and our dignity as a nation.
What troubles Abdullah most is a lack of transparency surrounding the details of the agreement.
The Prime Minister did not say what is in the agreement and what is provided in that agreement for U.S. troops to enter Trinidad and Tobago. So he gave us no assurance about how U.S. troops can enter this country.
Abdullah argues that the agreement leaves Trinidad and Tobago vulnerable to the influence of a military powerhouse like the United States.
The United States, let's call it for what it is an imperialist power. It is a colonial power. Remember, Puerto Rico is a colony of the United States. The U.S. Virgin Islands, colony of the United States. So the United States is a colonial power in this Caribbean.
The MSJ political leader believes that in fostering agreements for cooperation between military and crime-fighting forces, but insists that the sovereignty of Trinidad and Tobago must be upheld.
There must be no military agreements with the United States or any other country that will facilitate or allow or permit any military personnel. We're talking about Navy, we talk about Air Force, we're talking about Army personnel to be able to enter Trinidad and Tobago.
Candice Jackson, Tobago Updates, Television News.
After weeks of auditions across Tobago and stiff competition, the highly anticipated Tobago StarQuest finale occurred last Saturday at the Shore Park complex. 10 of the island's most talented performers gathered to compete for the coveted top prize of $100,000. Reporter Joe Sheldon brings us the details.
The Tobago StarQuest competition was so fierce that judges declared two first-place winners, Jada George and Amari Douglas. Though their performances differed, both contestants showed extraordinary skills that impressed the judges enough to share the top spot. For Jada, one of the challenges she faced leading up to the competition was sticking to a rigorous diet. However, her dedication paid off in the end as her powerful rendition of Stand Up earned her the top spot. She shared that despite the intense competition, she made lasting friendships along the way and is hopeful about future collaborations with fellow contestants.
It was extremely good because normally as contestants we feel like we should always be against each other, but at this time I made all of the contestants, I made a lot of friends, new friends, and
she hopes more opportunities will arise from the exposure gained throughout the competition.
I'm hoping that many opportunities would continue coming because of StarQuest. I should say, fully exposed. So now more opportunities should come, and I would gladly take up those opportunities.
For Amari, who performed Michael Jackson's Thriller on the national instrument, the steel pan, he described the win as, quote, great. He said he needed to be in a specific frame of mind to execute his performance fully.
It felt real great. It was a lot of work and practice, but I expected to be here, but I had to keep a state of mind.
Although initially intimidated by the numerous talents present at the competition, Douglas said he knew he had worked hard. Drawing on the skills he had acquired, he was able to execute his performance flawlessly at the competition's grand finale.
When I watched all the other competitors, I was a little scared because there was a lot of talent and everybody was talented. But I worked hard to make sure I know what I was doing. And finals night, I gave everything I got.
Joe Sheldon, Tobago Updates, Television News.
The Board of Directors and Management of the Milford Road Esplanade recently announced the permanent installation of the iconic I Love Tobago sign at the Milford Road Esplanade. Though the relocation of the sign came with harsh criticism, its installation is part of the broader Scarborough beautification project, according to Esplanade management. As part of the upgrades, the Esplanade featured modern, energy-efficient lighting to highlight the sign both day and night. The car park was renovated for improved functionality and aesthetics, and a newly designed walkway was added to provide easy and safe access to the sign. Today, Tobago marks Robinson's Day, honoring the late A&R Robinson, a trailblazing leader who served as Chief Secretary, Prime Minister, and President. Known for championing Tobago's autonomy, Robinson's legacy was highlighted on the Tobago Updates morning show, where former Assemblyman Cecil Carruth encouraged youth to continue his fight for the island's self-determination. Reporter Joe Sheldon has the story.
Author Napoleon Raymond Robinson, one of Tobago's most esteemed figures, is remembered today, November 16th, on what would have been his 90th birthday. Robinson served as Chief Secretary, Prime Minister, and President. For former Assemblyman Cecil Carruth, A&R Robinson was a tireless advocate for Tobago, relentlessly championing the island's rights and its place within the Union of Trinidad and Tobago.
Mr. Robinson tirelessly pursued an open road to give Tobagonians a chance for the recognition that they deserve, not only under the human rights category, but through self-development and recognition of self.
He expressed that during his time serving in the Assembly, he had hoped to live to see the passing of the Tobago Autonomy Bill, or at least to witness its progress and the potential benefits it could bring to Tobago's society. However, after the Tobago Constitutional Reform Bill failed to pass in Parliament, he voiced his profound disappointment. He is now calling on political leaders to set aside partisan differences and focus on the critical issue at hand, Tobago's autonomy.
And at this time when you're fighting to pass a bill to give Tobago a chance to do what it can to put itself on the map, you're still fighting against that? Does that make sense?
Carruth recalled Robinson's vigor during his younger days in school, noting the drive and the passion that defined his character. He believed that more could be done within the education system to inform young Tobagonians about Robinson's significant contributions to Tobago's society.
Robinson did very well at his exams, and he did well in politics, on the world stage, on the Tobago stage. And he fought with all his might to get Tobago on the world map.
Today was declared Robinson Day by Chief Secretary Farley Augustine. Joe Sheldon, Tobago Updates, Television News.
You're watching the Tobago Updates Television News. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Tobago Updates. Our sports report is next.
Want to get better? Where to start? What kind of exercise to do? What to eat? How to get restful sleep? Need a doctor to search for root cause? Look no further. Come to Majuba Hill Lifestyle Center Foundation at our Wellness Center in Goodwood, or Food Hub in Darrell Springs, Scarborough, or Doctor's Office in Goodwood and Darrell Springs. Contact 49 Swift 4979 438.
Are you thinking about spending Christmas in Tobago? Well, call us at Thorns Place. We are located at the hills of Scarborough, 5 minutes away from the port, with rooms starting at 200 TT. Call us now at 745-7306 or 682-8676. Follow us on Facebook. Check us out on Instagram. Message us on WhatsApp at Thorns Place. Your Christmas in Tobago will be even more special.
party till we drop down there. With a lot of pretty girls down there, down in Tobago.
Welcome back. Tobago's talent shines bright as local players gear up to represent Trinidad and Tobago in a prestigious regional football tournament featuring fierce competition and exciting matchups. Marcus Daniel tells us more.
Players have been selected to represent Trinidad and Tobago in the first Citizens Jewels of the Caribbean tournament currently underway in Trinidad. Defenders Jada Graham, Shakira Charles and Shade Andrews, along with midfielder Carissa Cowan and forward Jalisha Alexander, Leah Baptiste and Joshi Lewis, will compete for the TNT White Angels under 20 team. Meanwhile, goalkeeper Kenisha Taylor and midfielders Tikaya Dennis, Madison Campbell and Jaisha Potts will feature for the Red Angels under 17 team. The tournament features teams from Jamaica, Dominica and St. Vincent and the Grenadines, as well as 2 squads from Trinidad and Tobago, the White Angels and the Red Angels. The competition will follow a round-robin format with matches held at the Larry Gomes Stadium in Malabar and the Arthur Boland Stadium in Couva. The final and third place playoff are set for December 20th in Couva. The Jewels of the Caribbean kicked off yesterday in Malabar, where Jamaica faced St. Vincent and the Grenadines in the opening match of a doubleheader. In the second match, Trinidad and Tobago's Red Angels secured a dominant 5-0 victory over Dominica. Attacker Oriel Trotty Martin delivered a stunning performance, scoring 4 goals, while Tobago's Tikaya Dennis added another to complete the rout. Marcus Daniel, Tobago Update Sports.
A challenging match for 1976 FC Phoenix ended in defeat yesterday as they faced a formidable Police FC in the Trinidad and Tobago Premier Football League Tier 1. Despite a late push, Phoenix struggled to overcome key challenges on and off the field.
1976 FC Phoenix suffered a 4-2 defeat against Police FC yesterday in the Trinidad and Tobago Premier Football League Tier 1 at the Barracks. Phoenix played without their informed winger, Jariel Atta, who is currently in Saudi Arabia with the national senior men's team for tomorrow's international friendly. 2 late goals from Kerry McDonald helped narrow the margin and added some respectability to the scoreline. Former Phoenix player Michael Jem Gordon was among the scorers for Police FC. In his post-match remarks, Phoenix head coach Nigel D'Souza praised Police for their performance, but attributed his team's loss to costly mistakes.
Sloppy mistakes. We didn't use the ball as well as we should, and we gave away some cheap goals. Police played well, but I thought some of our mistakes killed us.
Marcus Daniel, Tobago Updates Sports.
That's it for our sports report. The weather report is next.
Coconut's Cafe, the buffet restaurant that specializes in all your tasty local dishes. For breakfast and for lunch. Breakfast includes coconut bake and sada roti, served with chokers, bull joil and sausages in tomato sauce. Not forgetting beef and cheese pies, shepherd's pie, macaroni pie and rice in various styles. Meats served in a variety of flavors, garden salads and pasta salads. All this accompanied by fruit juices, coconut water, your choice of a great combination to appease your taste buds. So call us today to order, as we are here to accommodate your busy schedules or if you are having a cooking day off.
Laugh your way to cold hard cash. We Christmasing with $1,200 cash from Flow. Sign up or upgrade to an everything you want plan and get everything you want. That new TV you've been eyeing, new curtains to brighten up your home, and yes, your ham and grog secured this year. Sign up or upgrade today and get $1,200 cold hard cash to spend how you want, where you want. Limited time offer. Special conditions apply. Flow, inspired by you.
You can now get whatever you need whenever you need it anywhere in Tobago with Tapago. Your meals, medication, groceries, and shopping all delivered directly to you. No more hassle, no more stress. Get the Tapago app today on Google Play or Apple App Store.
That's TAPPOGO and let us deliver to you.
Check our website at www.tapogo.app or call the experts at 494-TOGO and 484-4746. Tapago. Relax. We will get it to you. Tapago's at your service.
Welcome back. Thanks for staying with us. Now for a look at the weather update with the Trinidad and Tobago Met Office. Tonight's fair to partly cloudy with a few isolated showers, mainly after midnight. Tonight's temperature drops to 25 degrees Celsius. Tomorrow, cloudy intervals at times, accompanied by mostly light showers, will interrupt a generally fair and at times breezy day. There is a low chance of the odd heavy showers. Daytime temperatures are set to reach 31 degrees Celsius with a heat index of 34 degrees Celsius. Seas remain moderate with waves 1.5 to 2 meters in open waters and near 1 meter in sheltered areas. Sunrise at 6:15 and sunset at 5:43. And that's how we end this evening's newscast. Here's a recap of the headlines. Trinidad and Tobago and the international community mourn the loss of MP Lisa Morris Julian. 2 finalists emerge winners of the Tobago StarQuest. The MSJ says no to military agreements. And in sports, 11 Tobago players selected to represent Trinidad and Tobago in First Citizens Jewels of the Caribbean tournament. I'm Lavian Cupid. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a great night.